Jungkook's Ariana Grande. Why Bang Si-hyuk's silence is being read as the loudest signal of the biggest collaboration of 2026. What if the most explosive collaboration of 2026 is already decided, quietly locked behind closed doors, and the only clue the industry has been given is silence? Strategic, deliberate, and almost deafening. What if the absence of denial is not hesitation, but confirmation in disguise? And what if Jungkook and Ariana Grande, two voices that have separately defined a generation, are about to collide in a way that reshapes global pop music forever? These are the questions dominating timelines, group chats, fan forums, and entertainment newsrooms across the world right now, following a single rumor that refuses to die and a single reaction that never came. Or rather, a reaction that came in the most unexpected form. Nothing at all did on January 2nd, 2026, as social media buzzed with speculation and disbelief. One name was noticeably absent from the conversation. Bang Si-hyuk, the architect behind BTS, the man known for understanding both music and narrative better than almost anyone in the industry, chose not to speak.
No clarification. No denial.
No carefully worded press release. And in the world of K-pop, that kind of silence has never been meaningless. The rumor itself spread like wildfire just a day earlier, ignited by a post on X from the account @SoulMerv, claiming that Ariana Grande was rumored to feature on BTS's upcoming group album scheduled for release in March 2026. The timing alone was enough to send shockwaves through the fandom. This was not a random whisper dropped into a quiet period. This rumor arrived immediately after Big Hit Music officially confirmed BTS's long-awaited full group comeback, their first in nearly 4 years since Proof in June 2022, before military enlistments placed the group on hiatus. According to the post, a source suggested that Ariana Grande's name was connected to the album, a claim accompanied by a link to a Korean entertainment story and an image collage blending Ariana's unmistakable aesthetic with BTS's formal, almost ceremonial group imagery. The internet did what it always does best in moments like these. It connected dots, real and imagined, with breathtaking speed. But what transformed this rumor from another fleeting fan fantasy into something far more serious was not the post itself. It was what followed. Or more precisely, what did not. Big Hit Music announced the album. The date was clear, March 20th, 2026. The concept was explained in broad strokes, emphasizing a return to the members' individual thoughts and identities, echoing the sincerity of their early years. What was missing was any mention of featured artists. Ariana Grande's name was nowhere to be found. And yet, there was no denial either that in Western pop culture, silence often means nothing. In K-pop, silence is strategy. ARMY knows this. They have learned it through years of carefully orchestrated reveals, delayed confirmations, and moments when denial only comes when a rumor is truly false. When Big Hit wants to shut something down, it does so swiftly. When it doesn't, fans listen harder. And then there is Bang Si-hyuk himself. For a man who has never underestimated the power of timing, narrative, and controlled ambiguity, his quiet response, or lack thereof, has become the loudest argument in favor of the rumor's legitimacy. Fans are not asking why he hasn't spoken. They are asking what he is waiting for. Is this silence a shield, protecting a surprise too powerful to reveal too early? Or is it a calculated move, allowing speculation to build organically, fueling anticipation without spending a single dollar on promotion? In an era where hype is currency, Bang Si-hyuk's restraint feels less like avoidance and more like confidence. The discussion quickly shifted toward one specific name within BTS, Jungkook. While the original rumor referenced BTS as a group, online discourse gravitated toward Jungkook almost immediately. The reasons were not arbitrary. Jungkook has long been positioned as BTS's most globally adaptable voice, an artist whose solo work has already proven his ability to dominate Western charts without sacrificing identity. His collaborations, vocal style, and international appeal make him the most plausible bridge between BTS and a pop icon like Ariana Grande. And Ariana Grande is not just any pop star. She represents vocal excellence, chart consistency, and cultural relevance at a scale that transcends borders. Her album Eternal Sunshine reinforced her status not only as a hitmaker, but as an artist unafraid of emotional depth and sonic experimentation. Speculation that she may be preparing another major release in 2026 only adds fuel to the theory. If there were ever a moment for a collaboration that could redefine both legacies, this would be on X. Reactions poured in from both ARMY and Arianators, creating a rare overlap between two of the most powerful fandoms in music. Some expressed unfiltered excitement, admitting they had feeling something like this was coming. Others were cautious, scarred by years of rumors that never materialized. "Don't get my hopes up for nothing," one user wrote, capturing the emotional vulnerability that accompanies moments like these. This emotional tension is precisely why Bang Si-hyuk's silence matters so much. And the K-pop industry, agencies often deny rumors immediately to manage expectations. Silence, on the other hand, is reserved for situations where denial would be dishonest, or where confirmation would spoil a carefully planned reveal. Fans understand this unspoken rule. They have seen it play out with dating news, surprise features, and unexpected collaborations before. All K-pop forums lit up with debate, dissecting every angle. Some users pointed out Ariana Grande's busy schedule, questioning whether she would realistically have time to collaborate with BTS. Others countered with a more compelling argument. Major collaborations are not last-minute decisions. They are planned months, sometimes years, in advance, often in secrecy. And secrecy is something Bang Si-hyuk understands better than most. The idea that this collaboration, if real, might involve Jungkook rather than the full group only intensifies the intrigue. Jungkook's artistic direction has increasingly aligned with Western pop sensibilities, without losing the emotional intensity that defines BTS. A Jungkook x Ariana Grande track would not be a novelty. It would be a calculated, high-stakes artistic statement. Still, the question remains. Why now? BTS's comeback in March 2026 is already historic. It marks the end of a long hiatus, the reunion of members who have grown individually through military service and solo projects, and the beginning of a new chapter. Introducing a global collaboration at this moment would amplify that narrative exponentially. It would signal not just a return, but an evolution. And yet, nothing has been confirmed. No statements from Ariana Grande's team. No clarification from Big Hit Music. No reassurance, no denial. No leak substantial enough to end the debate. Just silence, and a growing sense that something enormous is being carefully protected. I end the music industry, especially at this level. Nothing happens by accident. Rumors do not survive this long without substance. Silence does not persist without purpose. SO fans wait. They wait, analyzing every interview, every social media post, every subtle change in tone. They revisit Bang Si-hyuk's past decisions, looking for patterns. They remember moments when he allowed speculation to run wild, only to reveal the truth at the exact moment it would have the greatest impact. Could this be another one of those moments? As March 2026 approaches, anticipation continues to build. The question is no longer whether fans want this collaboration to happen. The question is whether the industry is ready for it if it does. What would a Jungkook x Ariana Grande collaboration mean for global pop music? Would it redefine the boundaries between K-pop and Western pop once and for all? Would it mark the beginning of a new era where collaboration is not a crossover, but a conversation between equals? And perhaps the most unsettling question of all, what if the confirmation comes not through words, but through sound? When the album drops and the world hears a voice it never expected, woven seamlessly into BTS's long-awaited return. Until then, Bang Si-hyuk remains silent. And in that silence, millions hear possibility. Is this the calm before the biggest storm of 2026? Or just another rumor amplified by hope? For now, there is no answer. Only waiting. Only listening. Only the undeniable truth that sometimes, in music, silence speaks louder than any announcement ever could. And yet, the silence continues to stretch, growing heavier with each passing day, transforming curiosity into conviction. In newsrooms and fandom spaces alike, the question is no longer framed as, is this possible? But rather, how close are we to hearing it? Because when silence lasts this long, especially from a company as media-aware as big hit music, it stops being interpreted as neutrality. It becomes narrative control. Industry observers have begun to note how carefully this moment is being managed. The announcement of BTS's March 20th, 2026 comeback was precise, minimal, and intentionally restrained.
No tracklist.
No producer credits. No featured artists revealed. Just enough information to confirm the return and nothing more. This restraint, many believe, is deliberate. In an era of oversharing, withholding details is often the most effective way to dominate attention. Bang Si-hyuk has built his legacy on understanding that music does not exist in isolation. It exists within stories, anticipation, and emotional investment. From BTS's earliest days, he positioned releases not just as albums, but as events. And events, by nature, require timing. Why would he interrupt this timing by denying a rumor that is generating global headlines on its own? To understand the weight of the silence, one must understand the unspoken language of K-pop agencies. When rumors are false and potentially damaging, agencies respond quickly. They issue firm statements. They close the door. When rumors are harmless but untrue, they often clarify to manage expectations. Silence is reserved for moments when the truth cannot yet be revealed without compromising impact. This is why ARMY reads between the lines. This is why Ariana Grande's fans are doing the same. The crossover between ARMY and Arianators is not something the industry takes lightly. These are two fandoms known for their organizational power, streaming influence, and emotional loyalty. A collaboration between Jungkook and Ariana Grande would not simply break records, it would mobilize millions across continents, languages, and platforms. It would dominate charts before a single note is even heard. And this is where Jungkook's name continues to surface, again and again, refusing to fade from the conversation. Jungkook is not just BTS's youngest member. He is the embodiment of their global evolution. His vocal tone, emotional delivery, and genre flexibility have always made him a natural bridge between musical worlds. His solo success demonstrated that he does not rely on novelty or fandom alone. He competes and wins on musical merit. Pairing that with Ariana Grande's vocal precision and emotional transparency would not be an experiment. It would be a calculated alignment of two artists who understand restraint, vulnerability, and power in equal measure. Some fans have begun to speculate about the nature of such a collaboration. Would it be a dramatic ballad built on emotional tension? A restrained R&B track that lets both voices breathe? Or something entirely unexpected, designed to disrupt assumptions on both sides of the industry? The absence of leaks only deepens the mystery. Meanwhile, skeptics continue to ask the practical questions. Ariana Grande's schedule, BTS's group dynamics, the logistics of cross-label collaboration. These questions are valid, but they may also be outdated. In today's global industry, physical distance is no longer a barrier. Creative alignment matters more than calendars. And then there is the question no one dares to ask too loudly. What if this collaboration has already been recorded? The possibility lingers uncomfortably in the background. Major collaborations are rarely rushed. They are planned in silence, executed behind closed doors, and revealed only when the narrative is ready. If Jungkook and Ariana Grande have already stepped into the studio together, the silence suddenly makes sense. Denial would be dishonest. Confirmation would be premature. Nothing is said. March 2026 draws closer. The tension intensifies. Every public appearance, every interview, every casual comment is scrutinized. Fans analyze body language, wording, even what is not asked. Ariana Grande's recent interviews, carefully focused on her own artistic journey, have neither acknowledged nor dismissed the rumor. Big Hit Music continues to promote the idea of a Back to Roots BTS album, a phrase that feels intentionally broad. Back to Roots does not mean back to limits. In fact, some argue that this is precisely the moment when a collaboration like this would make the most sense. BTS returning as a group does not mean rejecting global dialogue. It means redefining it on their own terms. A Jungkook x Ariana Grande track would not overshadow the group. It would frame their return as confident, outward-looking, and unafraid. Still, uncertainty remains, and uncertainty is emotionally exhausting. Fans oscillate between excitement and self-protection. They tell